Well, here's what you were doing. You were tucking your pelvis underneath like you were sitting in a chair. What I want you to do, and like I say, I'm recording, slide your hands down the thighs, pushing your hip sockets, pushing your rear end back till you reach the top of your knees. Then bring your hands together directly under your shoulders. Now, typically, the top of the knees should be over the middle of the shoes.
Okay.
You shouldn't have any weight on your heels. Your weight should be over the center of your feet. I have a pressure mat that tells me, there's 1,000 sensors on there that tells me where your weight's distributed.
So I can't cheat?
Yeah. You can't cheat, right. So watch, I'll show you this little thing here. Alright, when I step on this thing, oh, it's not on right now. Okay. Alright, so there's the setup. Top of the knees, right over the middle of the shoelaces. So you're unlocking your knees. You're not bending them. Look, unlock. You're not bending them. Your knees shouldn't be over your toes. You're just unlocking your knees.
Okay.
Big deal. Alright, good. Alright, now let's take a look at these pros here. I want to show you something here. I know this is taking time, but if I don't tell you this, I wouldn't be doing a good job. Alright, now that's a driver. That's a longer club. This is a wedge. Alright, so if we measure how much knee flex, you can see here, his knees are pretty much over the center of his shoes, over the arches of his feet. There's not a lot of knee flex, it's just a slight bend. His arms are hanging directly under his shoulders. Here are his shoulder sockets. Hands are directly under the shoulders. There's no reaching. The shaft of the golf club, the bottom of the golf club should sit flat on the ground. Flat on the ground. Yep.
Okay.
The shaft of the club should point to your belly button. That's going to vary slightly, but these are just guidelines. All right. Now, we're going to make what's called the L swing. You're just going to make the letter L. Here's the letter L. That's your backswing. That's it. So everybody has to make this letter L. I'll show you. And, you know, like I said, the less you know, the better. Because you guys already know what you're doing, to be honest. Alright, watch the letter L. He's going to make a letter L. There's the L swing. So there's a line here and a line here. We made a letter L. Alright. So you now know how to get in posture. Now, where's the ball position for a driver? It's off your front foot. Wedge right in the middle. So remember your short clubs, like a pitching wedge, sand wedge, 9-iron, more in the middle of your stance. The longer the club, the more you move it forward. You just move it forward a fraction, a half an inch, towards your front foot. So the ball's going to go. So with a driver, the ball's off your left armpit, and with the wedge, the ball's opposite your chest, center of your chest. All right. So you can see this here. Let's look at this lady. She's got a short iron. She's got like an 8-iron. See how the ball's just a little forward of center there, right? All right. Now let's look at a guy hitting a driver. Let me find the face-on view here. That's not a good angle. Alright, there's a driver swing. You can see how far up that is, right? So it's pretty up there.
Sure is.
Alright, so the full swing, there's a pivot. He's going to get into his right foot. Good full shoulder turn there. Notice the first move. What's the first move there from the lower body? Shifting, right? Like you're doing a little bump. Shifting the weight. And then as he comes through, Notice the flat left wrist. Remember that fundamental? Notice the left arm and the left wrist. Don't forget that fundamental. That's number one. If I were you, I would just get in the mirror and practice that position.
Okay.
Just practice, look at yourself in the mirror to see if you're doing it right. You need feedback. You know, when you watch this video, go and get in front of a mirror. You don't have to swing the club. You can just get this wrist flat, this wrist bent, the left arm straight, weight into the left foot. See how I'm turned out of the way there? You see how his body's rotated there? So, everybody looks pretty much the same. Look at this lady here. She's a very good golfer. Same position pretty much. So that's what I wanted to teach you guys and show you. Now, obviously we're taking in a lot more information today than you did. But if I didn't tell you this stuff, you wouldn't know, and you'd be making mistakes not knowing. So we're going to go out there and hit a few more.
Did you say that the number of the club, you move it farther forward?
Yeah.
What's it, regardless of whether it's a wedge or a driver or anything like that?
So no, wedge, 9, 8, 7, forward. Just keep moving it forward. But just remember, the short clubs are in the middle, long clubs are up front.
Okay.
So a wedge is a short club. 9-iron is a short club. Short in length, the longer the club, the more the ball is forward.
Okay.
So they're
And
graduated.
the closer the ball is to you when you hit it, right? The
Right,
farther
right.
it's gonna be farther
That's
away.
exactly right. So you're standing further away because remember, each club's graduated a half-inch longer. And I haven't gone through that with you, but each club gets a little bit longer, so you have to stand farther away. But
Right.
remember that the setup procedure doesn't change. You still want your arms hanging. Now I have really short arms, right? So I have to go down pretty far. People that have long arms don't have to bend down this far. You don't have to go that far. See, I'm right here. You're down here. You just touch the top of your knees. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's go hit a few.